Hello and welcome to Odyssey Motorsport TV's first broadcast of 2026. We hope you had a very happy new year, and we are excited to get back into broadcasting iRacing here in the beginning of 2026. I'm TJ Yankee, and alongside me, as always, is Lesean Young-Dilworth. How is it going tonight, Els?
How you doing, TJ? How's the New Year's been for you?
Oh, it's been great. A lot of big things happening with the Odyssey Motorsport TV broadcast. Really looking forward to all the things that are also going to be happening with DriveTrainer Motorsports coming in 2026. So,
Definitely a lot of things going on this year.
yeah, so tonight's broadcast is also going to be the first DriveTrainer Motorsport Friday night community session of 2026. We're going to be running the IMSA field at Daytona in preparation for the iRacing special event, Daytona 24, aka we have the Rolex 24 at home. This Roval is a 3.56 mile course with 12 official corners. It's technically 13 if you want to count the tri-oval. But I digress. We're going to see a lot of high-speed action around the 31-degree banking and down the back superstretch. Multiple overtaking areas into Turn 1, both of the horseshoes, both the International and Western horseshoes in the infield, and then utilizing the draft on the NASCAR portions of the track to go up to the Le Mans or bus stop chicane and into Turn 1. We're going to go ahead and jump on board to an onboard lap of Daytona and walk you through it. Els, anything you want to, any pitfalls you might fall into going around Daytona here?
Oh, we got the bus stop chicane, man. Everybody knows the bus stop chicane. Very difficult, very precise. You have to be on the exit to make sure that you're getting a good exit onto NASCAR 3 and 4. There's the in and out right before NASCAR 1, very difficult as well on all places that are crucial to your lap time. So definitely a difficult course here in Florida on a nice day. And yeah, that's what I think about Daytona.
All right, that sounds good. Let's jump on to our onboard. So this was me earlier today in the Porsche GT3 doing an onboard lap. So we will walk you through that as we're coming off of NASCAR 4 onto the front stretch. I can see up there on the top of the tower, the World Center of Racing is what they call themselves down at Daytona International Speedway. So here we are coming across the start finish line into that turn 1. This is going to be the top speed of the track, about 177 miles an hour, hard on the brakes and turning at the same time. Left-hander stay to the inside on the left. You got this chicane here with pit exit right there on the left. And then we're going to brake hard down into first gear for the International horseshoe, the tighter of the two horseshoes. Els, why don't you take it from here as we head towards the kink?
The kink, also known as the dog leg, very interesting little kink here. You got to go flat out, but hopefully you don't make a mistake and spin out. And then we're going to go right into the west horseshoe. Also a very tricky corner. You got to actually get on the gas a little bit quicker than you think. And then we're going to go right into the in and out, one of the most difficult and most important corners of the track, onto NASCAR 1. And we're going to take a nice little cruise on the 31-degree bank on the Roval at Daytona here.
Yep, so as we're heading off of NASCAR 2, we're heading down towards that bus stop chicane. They call it Le Mans, but it's always going to be the bus stop chicane to me. Another high-speed area where you're going to be hitting the brakes and taking these turtle shell curbing is really, really important. You got to take as much as you can without upsetting the car, especially that last one on the left. That's going to set you up for this super long run into NASCAR 3 and 4, into the front stretch and into the tri-oval. Going to see a lot of gaps get closed down here if somebody gets a bad exit out of that bus stop chicane. Maybe some overtakes too as we head down the front stretch towards the start finish line into the tri-oval. And we will see our lap time here as we come across. It's a 144.79, which is a solid time. It's not the fastest, but definitely not the slowest. We might see some guys get into close to the 143s here today, but let's go ahead and jump into our qualifying session that is underway. And as the cars are going to be starting to pop out onto the grid, the qualifying session to start, we got 3 laps, 10 minutes. You got your out lap, which is going to take you about the same amount of time as a full lap. So there you can see I'm starting off. You start off on pit road. You got to take that pit exit, staying on the pit limiter to really long time, all the way into the entrance of the International Horseshoe, and then off you go. So everyone's going to be doing their out laps. We do have 3 GTPs that are present in the field. Let's see. This is Kevin Clinthorne. He is one of the GT, or no, that's a LMP2. Excuse me. That's a LMP2. We don't have any GTPs tonight, so 3 LMP2s. Everyone else is in the GT3 car. So everyone's going to be trying to get their tires up.
So TJ,
go ahead.
So TJ, how was your experience on Daytona in qualifying? Like, what was your pitfalls and discrepancies?
Yeah, well, one of the problems that I really had was definitely turn 7, which is that exit out onto NASCAR 1 and 2. I'm coming off of NASCAR 2 right now, heading down the back super stretch. I just could not seem to get that one correct. And like we said a number of times, it just hurts you so much because it's such a long, full throttle run down to the Le Mans chicane, as you see me go through there. That was my big problem. Actually, the bus stop chicane wasn't a huge issue for me. It was just that turn 7. I couldn't quite get it squared away.
No, honestly, I was having problems with both turn 7 and the bus stop chicane. So at least you've had one of them down. So there's that.
Yep, that's true. And you guys might notice tonight that there's a lot of Porsches and a lot of Mercedes, as we have kind of found through just trial and error that the Porsche and the Mercedes are able to attack the curbs at that bus stop or the Le Mans chicane without the car getting too upset compared to the other GT3. So that's going to be an interesting, if we see a couple cars that are not the Porsche or the Mercedes, you might see some sparks fly at that Le Mans chicane out there, as those curbs can really easily upset the cars. And these two, for whatever reason, these 2 cars just seem to take it a little bit better.
I actually found that the Porsche had a little bit of better straight line speed and traction out of the corners. Although I was driving the Mercedes, I just noticed that in practice, just a different engine layout, allowing for more traction in the rear and getting on the power a little bit quicker. There I go right there in my Mercedes.
It's a nice livery you got there, Els.
Oh, thanks, TJ. You know, I've been putting together the liveries with the team here, and we got custom liveries for everybody on the team, DTM inspired, and we got a lot going on the team here, and we want to show it off in the best way possible on the track, showing off our talent and our artistic skills at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. The liveries that you guys are making for the team, they're always looking really good, and the uniqueness of them too, because we got a lot of guys on this team. I think tonight's session we had more than 10 people in the Discord that were participating in this race. So a lot of DriveTrainer Motorsports drivers, and they all need liveries. So keeping us looking stylish is real nice, as Els, you overcook it a little bit going into turn 1 there.
You know, sometimes it happens. It's a fast car, and you know, sometimes you do slow car driver things, you know.
We're going to jump over to Jake Van Hees as he comes out of the International Horseshoe in a Porsche as well. So he's heading through the kink right now. Right now, Miles Brown actually leading the pack in the Mercedes. Another good-looking livery there in the Me-Shirts car.
In the Me-Shirt.
As he heads down towards the exit onto NASCAR 1 and 2. Miles always has a lot of pace in these sessions. Also with us tonight for, I think, the first time, Kyle Robertson. He's driving, or he might have a guest driver with him as someone's hanging out in his house after they had a Champ Car race down in Sebring.
Yes, I believe his name is Bowie Suin, one of our OG team members. Definitely a fast driver, and we're looking to see good stuff from him tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And he's driving the Porsche as he heads down into the Le Mans chicane, sitting in would say 8th place, but it's really take 4 off of that. He's sitting in 4th place in the GT3 field as he drops down one more as I jump him, but he's going to put in a lap time here and probably jump me as well, going into NASCAR 3 and 4. Let's see what time he can put in as Miles Brown puts in another heater, still leading the field by almost 0.2 of a second for Jeffrey Davis in 2nd place for that GT3 field. Yep, that's a 1:45.136 for Kyle Robertson, aka Bowie Suin, for tonight. It's good enough to keep him in 4th place. See what's going on with Kyle Shook as he is sitting in 6th place in the GT3 field, coming out of NASCAR 3 and 4, heading towards that start-finish line. We'll see if he has a time that he can put. See all green sectors from him down on that bottom graphic. Yeah, 1:44.671. That's good enough for 3rd place in the GT3 field, and he is done.
Lap.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely a heater.
Yeah, so as I think most of the people are finishing up their laps, it does only take 3 laps is what it's going to accept. Let's see. Riley Graham Mason there. Nope. That is Jeffrey Davis finishing up his. Jimmy Carroll did go back out, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time to do an out lap and put in another hot lap, but he is in 6th place as well in the GT3 field. Jake Van Hees jumps up with 1:44.556 into 4th position for the GT3 field. And Lesean put in a 1:45.529 for 15th in the GT3 field.
As you can see, I was struggling on this track. It's just not for me, man. Just not for me.
I have to say that it is this track is a very special place in my heart. I used to live in Central Florida, and I've been to 17 Rolex 24s, and 13 of them were consecutive years. So big fan of this track. Been there in person. Hope to race in it one day with these DriveTrainer Motorsports drivers in the Champ Car series. As DriveTrainer Motorsports, one of the big things that they do is they go from sim to real life. So I believe their motto is drive how you train how you drive, or that might be the other way around. But really, really awesome stuff there with the DriveTrainer Motorsports team and Champ Car. Hitting up some really awesome circuits: Sebring, Daytona, Atlanta Motorsports Park. A lot of really cool things going on with DriveTrainer Motorsports. So see if we got anyone else putting in any times. Well, while we're waiting for this session to end, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor for this evening. So going to go ahead and bring up tonight's broadcast, and DriveTrainer Motorsports is sponsored by Me Shirts. So if you're looking for personalized gear or are you a fan of DriveTrainer Motorsports, jump over to Me Shirts and check out all the swag that's available. They got hats, shirts, hoodies, stickers, flags, just about anything you can think of is available for purchase. You could also create some personalized gear for your team, your bowling league, or your D&D group, whatever, just by sending an email to getmeshirts@gmail.com. I've personally gotten a few items from them, and they're pretty awesome. It's a great quality at an affordable price. They even made some custom hoodies and shirts for my beer league hockey team, the Detroit Kraken Beers, which all the guys absolutely love. So if you're a fan of the team, or if one of the drivers would like to show your support on your person, check out meshirts.co. The link to the site will be in the description. below. So they're currently running a 15% off site-wide promotion until January 5th. So head on over there and check out what they have to offer. So with that, our qualifying session is over. So let's go ahead and bring up the grid. And we do have 4 prototypes. So we got Joseph Bellinger in first place, Jonathan Hartman in second place, Kevin Clinthorne in third place, and Luke Presley in fourth place. That rounds out the LMPs.
And in the GTDs, we have Caden Parks Miller starting pole, Riley Grand Mason, Jake Van Hees in third place, or seventh place, excuse me. Jeffrey Davis in eighth place, which is actually fourth place. Miles Brown in fifth place, which is actually ninth place. And in 10th place, we have Jimmy Carroll, and then Kyle Shuck in 11th place, and 12th place, Jacob. I cannot read that, unfortunately.
Maganowski. That is Jacob Maganowski. Let's go over to the next set of guys here. So 13th place, we got Avery Dickinson. 14th, Kyle Robertson. 15th, Anthony Cerno. 16th, Samuel Sungniga. Myself in 17th place at TJ Yankee. 18th place is Chris Lovett.
And in 17th place, we have Mike Pecco. I cannot read it.
Go ahead,
Mike Pecco.
Yep.
20th place, we have myself, Lesean Young-Dilworth. 21st place, we have Charles Robertson. 22nd place, we have Dennis Daniel. 23rd place, we have Royce Scrivano. And 24th place, Byron Hayes, excuse me.
Yep, and that rounds out our field, I believe. Or is there any more? Yeah, there is more. All right, 25th, Barry Sessmans. 26th, Oliver Brooks. I'm just going to run through the rest here. Jonathan Dollar, Derek Wood, and I think everyone else did not set a time. I don't believe they are a part of these sessions. So that is the start. So while we are here, we are going to jump over to another one of our sponsors. So this formation lap is brought to you by Matthew Pavlik. So for tonight's formation lap is brought to you by Pav Attack Gaming. Make sure to tune in on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for streams. You won't want to miss the hosted session Saturdays. You can also find Pav Attack on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook for weekly clips and highlights. That's Twitch TV /Pav Attack Gaming and Pav Attack Gaming on social media. So as we head towards the start of this race here, we do have 3 prototypes that are in the front there, as one of the prototype is starting in the pit, and we're getting ready to go green flag racing here with Caden Parks Miller leading the pack on pole for the GT3 field. Look at that field as the green flag waves. We got some 3 wide going on here in the back, 3 wide, 4 wide. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen in turn 1? Is everyone going to keep it tidy? Looks like they are so far. Oh my gosh, we got some shuffling going on. Everyone seems to be holding it together as they head into the International Horseshoe for the first time.
And we got one off. Ooh. Don't know who that was, but we had one guy go off.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can pull that up. Looks like that was Oliver Brooks. Yep, he's coming back on. Let me go to a different TV camera. Let's rewind that and see what happened real quick. Obviously there was a lot of cars shuffling around, so not entirely sure. Actually, it looks like he just... Okay, this is going to explain it. Oh man, he had some spinning going on there. Looks like he spun. Yeah, just self-spun coming out of a turn, that chicane after the pit lane. And then further up the track, looks like everyone else kind of made it just fine. Jumping back up to that front group, this is Miles Brown, as one of the prototypes has an off on cold tires. Everyone else in the back there holding it together. as they come into the exit onto NASCAR 1 and 2. People still jockeying for position. That prototype is kind of in the way as it's trying to get its tires back up to temperature. It's really going to stretch its legs here in the full throttle part, but that infield section on cold tires is tough in a prototype, let me tell you.
What an awkward start, but looking very tidy nonetheless. The P2 is about to get into the situation here. See how patient he is.
Yeah, looks like he's just, yep, he's going to stay nice and patient and just pass everyone on the outside with that extra horsepower and less drag on that car. So as we come across the start-finish line for the first time, we got, for the GT3 field, we got Caden Parks Miller leading, Jake Van Ees in second, Miles Brown third, Kyle Shook in fourth, and Jacob Maganowski is in fifth. That's your top five so far for lap 1. 20-minute session, probably about 11 laps or so, 11 or 12 laps. And see if we have any fireworks happen here today. See, we got a number of people that are, yep, there we go. Let's go up a little bit. We got side-by-side action between Kyle Robertson and Jimmy Carroll there. A little bit of rubbing. Jimmy's going to get the best of them into the Western Horseshoe, but Kyle's not going to, or Bowie, I should say, is not going to give up. He's going to look on the inside going on to NASCAR 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to get the...
He's fighting back.
Yeah, he's fighting back. I think he's going to be able to get the place. And now it's going to be a drag race down. Nope, he's going to tuck that back behind him and try to get that draft into the Le Mans chicane.
Now, too wide into the Le Mans chicane is not very smart. We'll see what happens here. Who's going to be better on the brakes and who's going to have the better line out?
Looks like Bowie gets it done in the first part of the chicane, but who has the better exit? And that's going to be Jimmy Carroll, so he's going to get the better exit. But, oh, no, maybe he did get the better exit. It looked like he did at first, but he's going to tuck back behind and get that draft and maybe try to pass him into the tribal and into turn 1.
Turn 1 seems to be the best overtaking spot on the track. So we'll definitely see some fireworks here in the turn 1.
I'm wondering if Jimmy doesn't have a good setup on that car, because every time he pulls out of the draft, he just drops back. So he might have a high downforce on that car, which means that he should be able to have a lot more grip here in this infield section. But on those long straightaways and the banking, he's going to struggle if he has a high downforce setup on that car.
Race still looking rather tidy.
Yeah, so far everything's looking pretty good.
I imagine a move about to be made on to NASCAR 1 here. Possibly. Not quite.
Yeah, not quite. Looks like Bowie's going to get a better move, but up above him, Riley Graymason in that Lamborghini is going to take on Kyle Shook, and he's going to get past him as Bowie's going to also take a move on. I wonder if Kyle got a bad exit coming out of that corner onto NASCAR 1 and 2.
You know, he might have gotten a slowdown. Did we see a yellow flag?
I didn't see one, but that is possible. I have never actually gotten a slowdown at that area, but never say never.
That's possible.
Yeah. Jumping back to these guys here. They're their closest guys racing right now. Jimmy Carroll taking a look on Kyle Shook, with Bowie Suin leading both of them into turn 1. Let's see if he makes a move. Takes a look on the outside, gets side by side, but is he going to be able to make it stick as they go through the chicane after turn 1? It does. Oh my goodness, as Bowie squeezes him a little bit there, but keeps it clean. But he's got the inside into the International Horseshoe, and he's going to get away with it. Bowie having trouble getting past that Lamborghini up above. or in front of him.
And it looks like Jimmy Carroll's car does have high downforce because he is much stronger in this infield section, I'm noticing. So you could be right on that inference there.
Yep, that's a unfortunate situation, as a lot of the gaps that you can make up are going to be on the full throttle sections. So hopefully he's able to make the best of that infield section and make up the gaps there. We're going to jump up to Jonathan Dollar. He's passing there. The prototypes are going through for the first time.
Oh, contact with the P2.
Yep, I saw that. Was that? Yep, we're on the Grand Mason there. We've got in contact with the P2. Let's take a look back and see what happened with that, as it was on the edge of the screen.
It looks like they may have made contact, just negotiating who's going to go first.
Oh,
GTP getting there.
Yeah, that was LMP2 Spike liveried LMP2 that kind of cut down on him a little bit there. I think that was a aggressive move by that LMP2, but he is dropping down the order. I don't know if he's going to drop from the race or not. Nope, he's going to get going again. He's just being courteous and letting the cars go through without rejoining in an unsafe manner. So unfortunate for him. But jumping back up to our GT3 leaders, we got Caden and Miles are within touching distance of each other as they go into lap 5. We're 7 minutes 20 seconds into this 20-minute session. Going into that international horseshoe again. Moving back to Jacob Maganowski. He's trying to chase him down as well. Is that GT? That is actually a GTP. A lone GTP is cutting his way through the GT3 field. And I think that actually closed the gap down between Caden and Miles Brown as they head on to NASCAR 1 and 2.
Caden Sparks Miller and Miles Brown showing a lot of pace in these Daytona races here. And they are the strongest few on the team, as they're proving right now.
Oh,
as Caden gets a little shook.
Yeah, he does, and Miles is going to take advantage, and Spike's going to go down on the inside as well. He probably got an off track there, so let's see if he's got to cut back that time. Maybe not. He seems to be drag racing Miles for the lead coming up to end of lap 6 here as they head down the front stretch.
Miles taking the lead on the front straight here into turn 1. Good driving by both the drivers.
Yeah,
you have Jacob Maganowski right behind in third place.
I was gonna say Caden takes a look on the inside, gives Caden a little touch on the rear quarter panel there as Caden and Miles fighting each other, allow Jacob Maganowski to catch back up to them.
Yeah, he's just saying hi. Hi, I'm here, guys.
So Kyle Shook, I see we got a really close fight back here with Kyle Shook. Yep, Avery Dickinson's going to go wide into the Western Horseshoe, and Kyle Shook's going to take advantage of that. Back up to Miles and the top 3 in GT3 field as they head around NASCAR 1 and 2 towards the back super stretch at Daytona International Speedway.
Looks like Miles is actually going to get a good lead for a little bit.
You can see that gap closing as that Porsche closes in on the Mercedes. The draft is very powerful here, both on the super stretch and this long run all the way back up to the front tri-oval. As you can see, the cars are nose to tail. They are going to be able to draft off each other, and Let's see if something happens going into turn 1 or even before then. It looks like that Porsche might have a lower downforce setup than these Mercedes, because he is able to just stretch his legs on those full throttle portions of the track. Oh, goodness me. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, and as that happens, where'd he go? Let's back that up. I'm not sure what happens. I think he might have just gotten a little loose. Jake Van Ees. They touch, and that is a very high speed portion of the track that they're doing 170 mile an hour.
Actually, we're looking at Maganov.
Yeah, that's right. Let's jump up to Maganowski. Yeah,
Maganowski, excuse me.
Yeah, I think he just kind of came down on him a little lower. I mean, they're pretty low. Oh, actually, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, it looks like an incident to me. Just a bad negotiation between the both of them.
Yep, absolutely. He came down a little bit, and Caden went up a little bit. So, unfortunately, he's going to drop out of this this race. We did mention that there is no damage, but he might just be upset about that happening, unfortunately. But jumping back up to those front drivers, Miles Brown takes the lead from Caden Parks Miller as they touch going into the tri-oval, crossing the start-finish line. He was able to save the car, but now he is lagging behind Miles Brown.
Well, you know, that's just racing, TJ. We all know that bad negotiations happen and contact happens, but at the DriveTrainer Motorsport community session, we're trying to keep it clean, trying to keep it respectful. So I'm pretty sure it was just a racing incident that just happens.
Yep, absolutely. Like I said, it's such a high-speed portion of the track that just a slight turn of your wheel is going to move that car over a lot. So, yep, hopefully the guys learn from it and it doesn't happen again. But like you said, that's racing. That's how it is sometimes, as Caden's going to get a good run going into the bus stop, closing in that gap using the draft, as both cars exit the Le Mans chicane and head on to NASCAR 3 and 4. All right, we're going to jump to the back of the pack a little bit here, as I see there's a pretty close gap between Royce Scrivano and Samuel Sangua. Well, actually, it was a lot closer, but now we're going to jump back up to the front because the gap just closed down between our two GT3 leaders as Miles Brown continues to lead, but Caden Parks Miller is looking on the inside and outside. Even behind him, Jake Van Hees and Jimmy Carroll very close together as well, as Caden takes a look up the inside once again, almost touching that quarter panel, but getting real close, making sure he knows that he's there. As they head into the Western Horseshoe, back behind we got Jimmy Carroll taking the position from Jake Van Hees. So Jimmy Carroll, that was the Mercedes that we said might have the high downforce on. He seems to be making the most use of that in the infield section.
See what happens on the NASCAR here.
Yeah, let's see if that Porsche reels in that Mercedes with the draft and with the lower downforce. So let's see what happens here as they head down towards the Le Mans chicane. As up ahead,
it looks like it. Actually, looks like he's reeling him in just a little bit.
He's not going to quite get it done, though, but we still have a much closer gap between these two up here, as they are once again nose to tail, kind of just leading the entire GT3 field around, kind of showing everyone, hey, this is how it's done. We're going to put in quick lap times and fight each other at the same time. Good, exciting racing, as Caden's going to look on the outside and down to the start finish line and into turn one. Who's going to come out ahead? Who's going to be on the better on the brakes? Come into turn one here. Miles on the inside, Caden on the outside. Advantage to Miles as he reclaims that lead, or maintains that lead, I should say. And they head over to the International Horseshoe.
I'll tell you what, TJ, these guys are setting a good example here at DriveTrainer Motorsport community session. Definitely putting on some good pace and putting on some good driving so far, leading this pack.
Absolutely. Yeah. As you said, these are two of the faster guys on the team. Both of them got a lot of pace. Both of them know how to defend and attack pretty well. As we see Caden look on the outside of turn 7 as they head on to NASCAR 1 and 2, but not able to quite get it done because Miles once again placed his car where he could defend very, very well. Once again, these two have the closest gap of pretty much everyone in the field. So we're going to stick with them for a little bit longer as we got less than 5 minutes left in the session. We're on lap 10. So probably about 12 or 13 laps total for the session. After they jump through, we're going to jump back to Maxwell Handrich and Samuel Sugniga back in 19th and 20th, or GT3 15th and 16th. They're pretty close together. Oh, not quite able to get it done, but keep making sure that Miles knows he is behind him, keeping his rear view mirror full as possible. Hey, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, and if you make a mistake, I'm going to take advantage.
Absolutely looking aggressive in Miles Brown's rear mirror, and Caden not letting off the pressure at all.
Yep, and credit to Miles. He's been defending pretty darn well, I should say. Putting placing that Mercedes where it needs to be to keep that first place position. You know, credit to both of the drivers there. They're aggressive but respectful, I would say. All right, we're going to jump back to Jeffrey Davis real quick as he is trying to get on Charles Robertson. Or Robertson, not Robertson. No T in that one. That pink, that's an interesting livery that they got on that pink and purple Porsche. We're going to jump back up to the leaders as they just keep it accordioning on all these braking zones as the draft brings them back and forth as they go through these long full throttle sections between on the NASCAR portions of the circuit.
Looks like we may have a photo finish there in a little bit, the way these guys are going.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't think even if Caden gets ahead, I don't think Miles is going to be. I don't think Caden's going to be walking away from him as they go side by side into turn 1. No touching or anything like that, but Miles once again placing that car defensively on the inside line. He's going to get the advantage. Caden tries to make it stick around the outside, but he isn't able to get it done.
Gap opening up just a little bit. Must have gotten a better exit out of the international horseshoe, excuse me.
Yep, that seems to be the case. But like I said, as soon as they get onto that 31-degree banking session, is such a long run. If they're within a second, that draft is really going to help squeeze that gap back down to where it's within striking distance. So we'll keep an eye on that gap as we're going to jump back to Riley Grandmason, who has that's the guy in the Lamborghini, the 80s style Lamborghini, as he takes a look on Chris Lovett going into the Western Horseshoe, and he's going to take that position.
Making the pass very nice and clean right there.
Absolutely, yeah, nice move from him. Trying to see if there's any other gaps that are really close. You know, Kyle Shook is up there working on Jake Van Ees, with Avery Dickinson not too far behind as well. We're going to jump back up to our leaders because I see that I clicked the wrong one, but we're going side by side down the front straightaway, heading into, I believe this is going to be the white flag as they come with less than a minute left in the session.
Close side by side racing here, looking good into turn 1.
Little bit of paint contact. Rubbing. And Miles.
Oh, what happened to Miles?
I'm not sure. I
Looks
remember
like he's
him
having
saying, a technical issue with that. Obviously, there was some contact going into turn one. Let's take a look again.
Honestly, the contact looked pretty respectful, honest, just racing, hard racing.
Yep. Didn't look like that
But
that much of a contact, but I think he might have had some technical difficulties getting going there. His brakes are working, so we know that.
could be something going on with his wheelbase or something.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him, as that was really great fighting back and forth with them. Jumping up to our next, it's Avery Dickinson and Kyle Shook and Jake Van Nies are the three guys that are really close together here. As we're on the white flag here, so we're heading to the start-finish line. We're going to stay with the GT3 field because there's just not enough prototypes to follow. Let's see if something happens here on the final lap as they head on to NASCAR 1 and 2 for the final time. Avery Dickinson trying to close that gap on Kyle Shook, and Jake Van Nies trying to just walk away into the distance here as he's got a little bit of a gap as they head down towards the back super stretch for the final time here at Daytona International Speedway. If they exit this pretty cleanly, I think Avery Dickinson's going to get a little bit of a run. I think they might end up just staying nose to tail as Caden Parks Miller is going to take the checker flag. Yep, I don't think anything's going to happen there. So Caden Parks Miller is going to come across, take the checker flag, and win this DriveTrainer Motorsports Friday night community session. Jimmy Carroll in second, Jake Van Nies in third, Kyle Shook in fourth, Avery Dickinson is your top five. As we're going to start seeing some donuts, let's jump to a couple other people farther back in the field. Just want to throw out that this checkered flag is brought to you by Pavatak Gaming. So Matthew Pavic getting another shout out. Pavatak Gaming on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Check out Pavatak Gaming on the socials and all the content that he's creating. Heck of a race.
Heck of a race, definitely, DJ.
Got everybody doing just donuts. Yeah.
It's looking like a car meet now.
All right, this is going to be our final person on the track that's still racing. Norris Hudsley is coming through in that marble livery. They don't allow that anymore in racing, but what are you going to do? So just a quick shout out to Norris Hudsley for finishing the race and not stopping. So jumping back up to our guys burning up the motors here. Another successful DriveTrainer Motorsports community session for Friday night in preparation for the Daytona 24. Let's go ahead and go through our finishing order here. So the first five cars are going to be prototypes, with Joseph Bellinger leading off those prototypes in first place, Jonathan Dollar in a GTP. In second place, Kevin Clinthorne in third place, Jonathan Hartman in fourth place, and Luke Presley in fifth place. Els, why don't you go ahead and start us off with our GT3 finishers?
And our GTD winner, Caden Parks Miller, 6'7", seventh place, or second place, Jimmy Carroll. Jake Van Nies in third place, Kyle Shook in fourth place, Avery Dickinson in 10th place, Miles Brown in 11th place. Excuse me, the numbers are messing me up here a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Anthony Serino in 12th place, myself, Lesean Young-Dilworth in 13th place, and in 14th place we have Charles Roberson. Roberson, I think, is how it's pronounced.
Yes. So 15th place, Gary Turner. 16th, Maxwell Handrich. 17th is Riley Grand Mason. 18th, Chris Loveth. 19th, Jeffrey Davis. 20th, Bowie Sewin driving in Kyle Robertson's rig. And 21st is going to be me, TJ Yankee. Els, why don't you finish this out?
And in 22nd, we have Samuel Saniga. Suniga, excuse me, Barry Simmons in 20 Sessoms, excuse me, in 23rd, Byron Hayes in 24th, Dennis Daniel in 25th, Oliver Brooks in 26th, 27th we have Norris Husley, and in 28th Mike Pico, excuse me, 29th we have Royce Gravano,
I believe
and
in
in
you.
30th I'm trying my best here, man. I swear. And 30th, we have Marshall Darden. Okay, I did
All
it.
right, way to go, Els. Yeah, there were some interesting looking nays there at the end. That's one of the reasons why I was like, oh yeah, take it away, Els. Go ahead and finish that one off.
Thanks for setting me up, man. We know how you do.
No problem, no problem. I had a great time watching this race. I had a great time in the race. Didn't do as well as I actually spun twice in the race, but they were both self spins. There was nobody near me. But hopefully this is the practice that we need to do to get better for the Daytona 24. As DriveTrainer Motorsports every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern and 10, and following, not necessarily at 10, but following this session, they will do another session every Friday night, community session. No damage, all are welcome, and it's always a good time. So
Always a good time, definitely.
Yep. And as you can see, like I said, there's a huge amount of participation in the GT3 field, especially for this session. So we expect to see that kind of turnout on the regular now, as it's seemed to be the case, at least ending out 2025. We had pretty good turnout for all of these community session races, and it just seems to keep growing. So it's really exciting stuff happening at DriveTrainer Motorsport.
Definitely keeps growing every week. We're seeing more and more, and return customers or return drivers, I should say, to the DriveTrainer Motorsport community session, 9 and 10 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Definitely want to show up and show us some skills and show off your liveries. Definitely want to do that.
Absolutely. So that is going to conclude our session for tonight. A huge thanks to all the drivers who participated tonight, and to DriveTrainer Motorsports for hosting another thrilling community session. I am TJ Yankee.
And I'm Lesean Young-Dilworth.
And that's going to conclude our broadcast for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for the next broadcast on Odyssey Motorsports TV.